an architect.
Yes.
Eyal Weizmann is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And my name was mentioned.
Uh-huh.
And I thought,
Why?
wow, what a nice coincidence. I'm
Yes.
going to play myself later on in the day.
Yes.
Because he is actually author of, he's looking at, so he's the author of several books where he's trying to look from architectural and urban planning, the way the Israeli country or the Israeli state is organizing its colonization in the West Bank and in Gaza. So what I said before was more like a rhetoric question. I know that it's very organized the way they move around in their one of his books is called Lesser Than Evil, from Arendt to Gaza or something like that, you know. And it's really it's actually they constructed a vocabulary, a military vocabulary, in order to do what they're doing, in order to make new settlements, to expel the Palestinian communities further, or just to make them less and less related to each other. Whereas at the same time, he made a lot of field research, and at the same time he also saw that this is not a one-way process, because the Palestinians, of course, are always in resistance, and so he was doing maps, tracing the movements of all those communities, and it's a constantly negotiating map. It's the same map, and if he would press play, the fields that are Palestinians and the Israelis are doing this all the time, you know. So it's a constant negotiation. So the thing to bring in the wall, which is then of course the wall, which reminds us of the wall in Berlin, of all the walls in the world, in Tijuana and so on. The wall is being built not by the state. It's not imposed. Its form, its location is not informed. It's not top down from the state, but by the human rights watchers, because they come to the court, the High Court, which decides, the High Court of Israel decides where this wall will be drawn, and they are the lawyers of the human rights activists and the Human Rights Watch and the Israelis, and they make a plan where the human rights people try to push the wall for 400 meters, so to do less evil than evil. So the actual result of the wall that is being made is being planned by the human watchers. I mean, human rights watchers. It's incredible.
It is a mistake. It's very strange.
Maybe it's not a mistake, because I don't know.
And that's why it's called lesser evil, and that's where Arendt, I mean, my name comes back again. So, you know, I found it extremely perverse.
Yeah, it's really absurd idea, but
that's how it functions. I mean, he was there, so he has like really field recordings.
I think the real future of humanity is exactly to have no walls and have no frontier, no borders,
no
borders.
Yes.
No passports.
No fucking passports.
Because because what are passports and borders for?
How you define a person by a line on a map? It's
exactly.
Fucking incredible.
You do that in which is of course degrading in itself. But then also today exactly now the world is really very rich, but very few people use the riches of the world. And passports of, for example, the United States, Canada, the European Union, etc., they're mostly used to exclude the rest of the world from the riches that are produced in the rich countries.
Yeah, after having exploited them.
Yeah, some people are they risk their life to come to the well-being here, while the people in Europe are unhappy because they don't have enough for well-being, but it is still incredibly much better than in most parts of
the
Africa,
world.
let's say. And I think that all this idea of frontiers and passports and nations, it is so out of date.
Down with it.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking as myself, I must say though,
Who are you again?
I'm Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the idea of a border is like the human body. It should never be oppressive, but in a way to be a person is a little bit oppressive, but you have to explore yourself within boundary too.
Of
so I think
course.
there should be some form of division of land or some kind of boundary that we feel that is a physical phenomena. I think we understand each other better by understanding our difference rather than trying to become one thing.